What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. First and foremost, I just want to say shout out to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys are freaking awesome. Now, it is day 2 of Consensus. Day 1 of Consensus, I must say, oh my goodness, I'm tired. That was a long day, guys. I got up at like 5 o'clock, hopped on the train, went to the city. Then we were out at the after parties last night, got home super late, and now I'm up making a video for you guys to talk about everything that happened. So that being said, before we get into it, let's talk a little bit about the markets. So everyone is expecting this massive boom, right? Relax, guys, relax, okay? We're doing all right. We have a $408 billion market cap. It's relatively stable the past few days. Ethereum looks like it's been doing pretty well. Bitcoin not doing too bad. Everything's just kind of chilling. If we check what's been going on with the 24-hour change, Zcash 41.15%. Now, if we have a look at that, we could see that Zcash announces that it will be supported on Gemini. So that was basically the big news, guys. Also, for everyone wondering why Matrix, they also got listed on KuCoin. So whenever these coins get listed on new exchanges, yes, there tends to be that, excitement beforehand. So obviously the big news of the week is Consensus. You're going to be hearing that everywhere. So obviously I don't want to bore you guys with Consensus. I do have to say though, for something this big, this registration line was absolutely ridiculous. It probably could have been organized a little bit better, but maybe they weren't anticipating as many people, or maybe it was just, I don't know. But after the registration, everything seemed to go pretty well. Very shortly into it, I run into the one and only Jimmy Song. You literally can't miss this guy with the cowboy hat, so that was pretty cool. Now, for those of you that can't make it to Consensus, they are streaming live from all the different rooms if you guys want. So, this is like the next best thing to going. So you could just go to CoinDesk event Consensus, and then you could see here, you could stream, the Grand Ballroom, all the Mercury Ballroom, Regent, Rendezvous, or you could just see the live event. So there you go. If you guys want, you can check that out. So you can see that there is a lot of coverage about it. They're talking about how much money it's raised, because at this point, with tickets being roughly $2,000 each, that they're saying that this conference has probably raised somewhere around $8 million. Clearly not everyone, attended. I wanted to see some of these other guys. Unfortunately, Charlie Lee was there, but, Vitalik wasn't there, and, neither was Charles Hoskinson, Omize Go. They were kind of taking a stance against the whole thing. So that was a little bit unfortunate, guys. But the one thing that I found quite interesting about this whole Blockchain Week NYC thing is now you're seeing New York City is claiming that they want to lead the way in blockchain and unveil industry initiatives. So the president and CEO of the New York City Economic Development Corporation announced blockchain-related initiatives for the city. The initiatives include the launch of the New York City Blockchain Resource Center and a public competition for blockchain apps to improve the public sector. They said, "We're a global leader in finance, real estate, media, and tech. All industries seeing incredible innovation from this new technology. The city is putting a big focus into blockchain to find out how we can grow the industry and make sure it's creating great opportunities for New Yorkers." Yes, finally. I feel like it's always these other states. Finally, New York. Hell yeah, represent. All right, enough of that. But, I wanted to say there were so many sponsors there. It was just crazy to see all these projects in one room. It's really insane, because usually you only see these guys, on your phone or on the screen. But actually getting out there and talking to them and going to the booths, you realize that these are just real people, and you really get to learn about some of their insights. So one of the biggest rooms, they actually didn't even have a booth, they had a whole room, was NEM. So, NEM is one of those projects, they kind of go a little bit under the radar. Some people have argued maybe they're somewhat boring. Maybe it's just that they're busy focused on what they're doing. Not everyone's jumping through hoops to kind of be noticed, but I was quite impressed with this. And one of the biggest announcements that you kind of saw was the second version of, I think it's pronounced Minjin blockchain software, codename Catapult. So, in a nutshell, if we scroll down here, the release of Catapult comes after nearly 3 years of development, testing, and other work on the platform. It's an enterprise-ready version of the NEM protocol for running both permission and mixed private and public blockchain networks. So Catapult has introduced aggregated transactions and multi-level, multi-signature accounts. They're saying that these are features not available on any other blockchain. So that's interesting. Maybe we should pay a little more attention to NEM and kind of see what they've been up to lately. But like I said, some of the best things was really just getting to meet the people. I definitely saw VeChain. They were, like I said, there's just a lot of sponsors everywhere. But VeChain, they're definitely getting the branding out there. Like they're on the cover of this magazine. They were giving out pens and stuff. So it's just really awesome to just see all these guys coming together. I had an opportunity to meet Jack Liu of Wanchan. That was really, really awesome. It was just so nice to meet these guys that you see all the time, but then actually, speaking to them in person, it's really incredible. I didn't get to talk about this, but I did want to sort of discuss, so Wanchan's WAN Lab and HBA, they did form a strategic corporation. This did happen a few days ago, but one of the coolest things that I learned was this, like how they said, HBA is an association with over 50 key shareholders in the Chinese blockchain industry. And when you realize some of these partnerships and even these MOUs that are happening in the background, they're really, really trying to create this almost mesh network of just interconnectedness. They're trying to really make this thing huge. And it's not just Wanchan, it's all of them together. And it's funny because when I went to the first day of Consensus, it was so different than any of the other like summits or meetups I'd ever gone to. It was such a wide variety of people. Like, usually you go to like one and it's kind of like, okay, it's a college thing. Or, I went to the Neo DevCon and it was all like, only Neo. But to see so many different support all under one roof, like usually you go on Twitter or something and it's all like my coin's better than your coin and Reddit. But seeing it all under one roof where you just agree on blockchain and you agree on, public open source distributed ledger technology, etc. It's just really awesome. Also, guys, this was definitely one of the key highlights. I spent a lot of time with Blockchain Brad. We were, obviously we're friends. But it was really great to meet Min Kim of Icon. He's definitely one of the other guys out there that I really was looking very forward to meet. And one of the things that also got kind of released that I wanted to speak about in relationship to that was you do have Icon and Line Plus, which is a global social platform with over 200 million monthly average users worldwide. It has co-founded Unchain to build Line's blockchain network. So Unchain aims to, you have on-chain, Unchain, so many chains, but Unchain aims to develop various dApp services while building synergies with Icon to expand the blockchain ecosystem. So that's just more news coming out of Icon. We've obviously had, the Coin Nest came out. They were actually showing a little bit of demos of how that works. So that's really cool when you get to actually see the product in real life. You get to see somebody demonstrate it in front of you, because I'm not a developer, I'm not a coder, I'm just an enthusiast. So it's really nice to get to see that. Also, you did have, right at the exact same time, you had QLINK rebranding themselves into QLC Chain, which was interesting. I wonder if they had planned this all along, because QLINK has they've been QLC. So I wonder if they had this planned all along, but could be. However, how is the public reacting to this news? Well, up 10%. It looks like people are pretty stoked about this, so that's good. We are seeing a lot of green across the board as well, but that is nice to see. It's pretty, got to talk about that. Obviously, it was a little upsetting that I didn't get to see Neo there. However, you do have Ontology and Neo signing a MOU concerning strategy and technology. Now, I'm not really surprised. We kind of knew something like this was coming. But, talking about some of the key cooperation areas, you do have Ontology providing the digital identity, data exchange services, and other customized services, while Neo brings a mature and complete smart contract platform, as well as distributed network infrastructure services to the table, and also smart contracts, data integration, cross-chain. They will be also, utilizing shared resources. So this is nothing that surprises us. I was kind of waiting for when this was going to happen, but It's happened. Also, in other Neo news, this is maybe a little more technical, but I just wanted to note that the Neo name service has officially switched to gas for domain bids. And on a side note, I mean, you could look into this. Essentially, the Neo name service is an open source distributed naming system that's powered by Neo. Basically, NNS is going to substitute smart contract, script hash, and wallet addresses, which have the tendency of being difficult for people to remember, with phrases or words. So I don't have to send, if I want to send you something on Neo, it doesn't have to be to like AJXBWK, blah, 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 blah. You could just have your own, you could send it to the Crypto Zombie Neo or something, and that could be my address, right? But in a nutshell, what I wanted to say is it's really cool that you're seeing so much in the Neo ecosystem switch to gas as the payment. Even when I spoke to Moonlight, so, even with their ecosystem, you're going to be rewarded with gas. So you see what I'm saying? Like, they're really creating that whole smart economy where all these dApps are utilizing gas as the key currency. So you can kind of look at gas like, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's like my fiat currency in US is US dollars, and it's like their currency is gas, and all of the platforms and all of the dApps, they're going to utilize gas on Neo. So I like that. It's like, you know what I mean? It's good when everyone can agree on something like that. So I also wanted to just real quick talk about the Odyssey Airdrop for OCP. So essentially, just hold it in an ERC20 wallet, a wallet that you hold your own private keys, preferably my Ether wallet, Ledger, anything of that nature, MetaMask. If you're holding it on an exchange, you'll have to see how the exchanges are going to work with that. The airdrop should be happening within the next few weeks. And yeah. Oh, and then the other question is, will OCP replace OCN? No, it will be used to pay for services by dApp developers on OCN chain and transactions, if any, on OCN chain in the future. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of clarify that as well. Also, quick statement. Now, this is more probably for developers, but EOS IO 1.0 release update, it will be tagged on the GitHub repository. The software released by Block One will only provide example contracts and general documentation. It will not be possible to utilize the code from the EOS IO repository to connect to any public blockchain, and also beware of fraudulent networks. Okay, so that was just a real quick update I wanted to give you guys. Also, you guys know I'm all about the Ask Me Anythings. I think it's really great. Not everyone can always have an opportunity to make it out to a consensus event. I understand we all have busy lives, but anytime you guys have an opportunity to get involved with AMAs, Ask Me Anythings, DeebBrain Chain is going to have an AMA where they're discussing the release of their DBC AI miner development. So yeah, put your comments in there. Ask them about what's going on. Some people in here have already put some questions. How can you verify your hardware? Yeah, etc. So I'm not going to go into it, but if you want to know how that works, definitely get involved. DeebBrain Chain, they're a really great project. One of the first ones I ever covered on my channel. So in other really quick news, let's talk about Request Network. So stability is here, they say. After a successful launch of ERC20 support last Friday, both DGX and DAI are now also operational on the Request Network mainnet. Also, side note, stablecoins. Big topic of discussion at Consensus, guys. A lot of people are wondering, how can we create that future for stable coins? Because we realize that volatility is a problem that we're seeing in the community, in blockchain, in crypto. So that's one of the biggest things when trying to onboard these new people into the community is stable coins. They don't, not everybody's a trader. Not everybody, wants to deal with that volatility. So stable coins, watch out for them. They're definitely going to be one of the bigger things to pay attention to, I think, moving forward. Also, guys, unfortunately, yes, we know the news. Vitalik Buterin, he did not attend for his own, personal reasons because of CoinDesk, spreading news that I guess wasn't true related to the OMG airdrop, etc. However, I do want to say that there was this interview that came out on Richtopia, who I've actually never heard of this channel before, but he did an exclusive interview with Vitalik Buterin. It's 12 minutes long. As you can see right here, kind of goes in and talks.
Born in Russia, moved to Canada when I was 6, went to school in Canada. I first found out about Bitcoin back in 2011 when I was still in high school.
So I'm not going to bore you guys with that, but if you want to watch it, there you go. I'll drop a link in the description. You can check that out. So that's 12 minutes worth of everything you could ever want to know about Vitalik. Also, now this is going back to the whole little bit of Korea FUD that we were freaking out about, you know, rumors. There's rumors everywhere, guys. It's crypto, right? We all know how rumors go. So, Upbit claimed that they had the internal account audit. The audit showed that 100% of the coins are real. The ledgers are synced to their own wallets. So Crypto Man Rand's claims has been confirmed that it was due to government misunderstanding of wallets. Although you do have people, underneath saying not concluded yet. It's just Upbit's claim. Okay, so that story is still somewhat unfolding, but it looks like it's not really having any more of an effect on the market. We've kind of moved on. So speaking of just some, market news adoption, I love to end the channel speaking about these real world things. So you have Wyoming passing laws to make it the friendliest state for blockchain startups to register. The state has recently passed a law that was signed by Republican Governor Matt Mead that makes it easier to register LLCs in the states that are involved with blockchain. Really, really awesome, guys. We also have Seminole County, Florida, to accept crypto for tax payment. So according to a press release, the county will begin to accept Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash to pay for services, including property taxes, driver license, and ID card fees, as well as tags and titles. You know what? That would make life a lot easier for me, guys, because I live off crypto. So yeah, the more accessible you make it for people, the more adoption you're going to encourage. So kudos to you guys. I like to hear all these things happening in America, in the good old US of A. Because it's crazy because you have one of the biggest conferences going on, and yet none of us can participate in ICOs. It's like, what the heck, guys? So, well, kind of speaking of that topic, so you do have first crypto exchange using NASDAQ's tech announced to launch. So, the NYSE is providing the technology to power the new centralized crypto exchange DX. So DX will not charge fees for trading and will open trading with the top 6 cryptocurrencies, but they're also going to add a second stage where they're looking to add another 20 to 25 cryptocurrencies as well. They have not specified which cryptos they are. However, DX will not be available for US customers at launch, though the exchange is reportedly in dialogue with US regulators. So we have the NASDAQ launching an exchange, but not for US citizens just yet. Right. All right, guys. All right. But hey, it's a step forward. Also, we have the CME Group launching Ethereum price indexes in partnership with Ethereum Futures Exchange. That's more awesome news, guys. And finally today, I just wanted to end it on the fact that the CFO of Australia's Commonwealth Bank has recently quit to join the EOS token developer Block One. Guys, that's insane. He just straight up and quit his job. So, I don't know. I thought that was really funny. But yeah, that's basically what's going on today, guys. I mean, I do realize that everybody wants to see, more ridiculous market movement. I mean, we are seeing some green. But like we've already discussed, even with the previous moves that happened, it wasn't exactly a direct explosion after, consensus. I would say that I would look to the next 30 to 60 days, okay? And I think that's where you're really going to find the sweet spot. So, not financial advice, but I would definitely say now's your opportunity to really go down here, have a look at the coins, really research those projects, see which ones, you believe in, see which ones you think have the best future value, and place your bets, essentially. Because I think in the next 2 months, we are going to see, well, I think you know what we're going to see, guys. Explosion 2.0. That's what we're going to see. So that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I will be attending day 2 today, but of course, first and foremost, I had to bring you a daily news video. I will be reporting on that. If you guys want, feel free to follow me on my Twitter. It is @thecryptozombie. Mostly just pictures. I tried taking some videos. It gets a little crazy. It gets a little hectic, But that being said, guys, my name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out. Oh yeah, and that is why you don't leave me with the camera at the Interoperability Alliance after party, because yeah, well, I do things like that. So see you guys around.